Hello? 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 Aditya?
Good morning, sir.
Aditya?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Nobody is online except you, Aditya?
So actually ನೀವು ಈಗ ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ
ಸರ್
ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ವಾಯ್ಸು
ಇವಾಗ
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ನಮ್ದು ಸರ್
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಈಗ?
ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು
ಲಿಂಕ್ ಇವಾಗ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದಾನೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾರು ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಬರೋದೇ
ಸರ್
ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನು
ಯಾರು
ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್
ಬರ್ತಾರೋ
ಶಾಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ
ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಯಾರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ
ಯಾರು
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಳ್ಸಿ, ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ
ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ
ಓಕೆ
ಮುಂಚೆ
ಸರ್
ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿ ಸಾಕಾಯ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ we started calling on the phone also. 15 to 20 minutes is being wasted. Now also only 10 minutes is left. Okay, because
ಓಕೆ
at 9:30 you have one more class, no?
ಸರ್
Okay, no problem. We'll anyway we have left with only coincidentally 10 minutes questions and answers. Okay, so that
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್
what was covered, you were there in the last class.
ನೋ ಸರ್
Mm-hmm. It is conducting the descriptive type examinations. Why you have to study
ಓಕೆ
all the
ಸರ್
materials, means all PPTs, multiple choice question, test question paper, and descriptive test questions papers. Everything I have discussed and I have said. You have seen the WhatsApp group. The
ಸರ್ ಸರ್
special cyber
ಐ
security WhatsApp
ಸರಿ
group
ಸರ್
is there. In that, I have sent everything. Please spend some time, download everything, keep it in a folder, take printout everything you cannot read on your mobile phone or laptop. Please take the printout, okay, and
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ
read them. It is easy. No, it's not difficult. You are attended the yesterday's meeting.
ನೋ ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾನು ಔಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇದೆ
ಏನಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ?
ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್,
ಇಲ್ಲ
ರೈಟ್?
ಸರ್
Okay. What about Seema? Seema, you attended yesterday meeting, you attended?
No, sir. In hostel, there is some network issue.
Network
Wi-Fi
is
is not working from last week.
you informed to Shilpa madam?
From yesterday
Okay, you
evening, it's
see the screen
working. Yes, sir.
working. Okay, okay. You are able to see the screen?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
Seema, have you downloaded all the notes, material
Yes, sir.
that I have given?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please take the printout also. See, I have prepared 3 set of questions. So covering all the internal test, three internal test covers the 100% portions. So covering the 100% portions, question and answers are prepared and have put in the WhatsApp group also. And this is the last set. And also we'll be conducting open short term course. You are aware of that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When it starts?
Sir, I don't know about that.
Okay. From this month, March 16th onwards, we are conducting. March 16th. So it will be like tools. What are the different tools that we can use in cybersecurity? Largely in cybersecurity, even though you are having Netcat and different firewalls, largely it is theory only. hardly you will see some practical sessions. That's why we will be giving some theory required for cyber security and advanced different attacks and blockchain concepts, use cases of blockchain, and uh, the tools that we can use in the cyber security. About that, we'll be giving the exposure. So please join the open short term course also. You were there in the last class? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Had discussed many topics, phishing, digital fakes, all these topics we discussed in the last class. Actually, we were left with discussing only the eighth question, and you'll be in the main examination. You'll be asked to explain the architecture of botnets and architecture of DDoS attack and architecture of DOS attack. One sample question with respect to the botnets may be like this. Four cyber crimes that can be committed using the botnet and suggest technology tools to secure from botnets. We have discussed already what is a botnet. Botnets are actually the biggest threats to the cyber security, and you can have botnets which are automated programs to do many things, like they can be programmed to formally or legally to sell your shares. Okay, that's one thing possible. And also botnets can be used in a malicious way. Okay, Facebook's fake ad controversy and Twitter bot fiasco during the 2016 presidential election worry many politicians and citizens about the disruptive potentials of botnets. So people have suspected the botnets have played a significant role in winning the election also. You can have the botnet programs which can steal the bandwidth of a particular connection, internet connection. All these things are possible with the botnet. Botnet can mine the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin using in a blockchain, right? Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin mapping, Bitcoin and mining for the mining purpose. They will use the botnet. So these are the some of the malicious activities that can be done. Aside from being tool for influencing electrons and mining cryptocurrencies, botnets are also dangerous to corporations and consumers because they are used to deploy malware, initiate attacks on websites, steal personal information, and defraud advertisers. All these things. So you should be able to explain what are botnets and what are the things that we can do using the botnets. How do botnet works? So is an important question. Botnets is a blend of the words robot and network in a broad sense. That is exactly what botnets are. Network of robots used to commit cyber crime. Okay, so command control is the famous protocol that we use, that the botnet uses. So people from the remote machine, they issues the command, and it works on some remote client. Size of the botnet matters. To build a botnet, bot masters need as many infected online devices, uh, that online devices, and we call them as bots actually. So bots are nothing but many infected online devices on the internet. The more bots connected, the bigger the botnet. The bigger the botnet, the bigger the impact. So size matters actually. The criminal ultimate goal is often financial gain, malware propagation, or just general disruption of the internet. So these are the things that happens. Imagine the following: you have enlisted 10 of your friends to call the Department of Motor Vehicles at the same time on the same day. Aside from deafening sounds of ringing phones and skewering of state employees, not much else would happen. Now imagine you wrangled 100 of your friends to do the same thing. The simultaneous influx of such a large number of signals, pings, and requests would overload DMV's phone system, likely shutting it down completely. So this is another type of attack that botnets can do. Cyber criminals use botnets to create similar disruption on the internet. They command their infected bot army to overload a website to point that it stops functioning and our access is designed. Such an attack is called denial of service attack or DDoS attack. So there are thousands or millions of devices which are being affected by the botnet. Botnets are not typically created to compromise just one individual computer, uh, but millions of devices. It is said that uh, millions of devices, especially IoT devices, may be attacked by the botnets. Bot herders often deploy botnets onto computers through a Trojan horse virus. Trojan horse virus. The strategy typically requires users to infect their own system by opening email attachments, clicking on malicious pop-up ads, or downloading dangerous software from a website affect infecting devices. Botnets are then free to access any modify personal information, attack other computers, and commit other crimes. Botnets take time to grow, but there are many already successful botnets which have attacked they and made different attacks. Many of the devices are vulnerable to botnets. Botnets can infect almost any device connected directly or wirelessly to the internet. PCs, laptops, mobile devices, DVRs, smartwatches, security cameras, and smart kitchen appliances can fall within a web of botnet. So in 2016, the large DDoS attack hit the internet infrastructure company called DYN. The attack used a botnet comprised of security cameras, DVRs. The DDoS disrupted internet service for large sections of the country, creating problems for many popular websites like Twitter and Amazon. Botnets, aside from DDoS attack, botmaster also employ botnets for other malicious purpose. So these are the things that we can look at with respect to the botnet. I already discussed the architecture of the botnets and device attacks. Please go through that. The last question that I want to discuss is case study of Yahoo Inc. Versus Akash Arora. So Yahoo Incorporation is the owner of the well-known trademark Yahoo and of the domain name yahoo.com. Both the trademark and the domain name acquired a distinctive name, goodwill, and a reputation. Yahoo.com had been registered by Yahoo Inc. with Network Solution since 1995 and offers a whole range of web-based services. The trademark Yahoo had been registered or was close to being registered in 69 countries. Yahoo Inc. had not registered its domain name in India. Akash Arora started to offer web-based services similar to those offered by Yahoo.com under the name of Yahoo India. Yahoo Inc. had sued Akash Arora for using a trademark deceptively similar to its own and passing off its services at, as those offered by Yahoo Inc. Issue here is whether the act of Akash Arora in registering the domain name Yahoo India to offer services similar to those offered by Yahoo Inc. is an infringement of the trademark of the Yahoo Inc. amounts to passing off under the relevant sections of the Trade and Merchandise Mark Act. Rule of law. When a defendant does business under a name which is sufficiently close to the name under which the plaintiff is trading and that name has acquired a reputation and public at the large is likely to be misled that the defendant's business is the business of the plaintiff, or it's a branch or department of the plaintiff. The defendant is liable for an action in passing off. The analysis is that Yahoo Inc. contended that Akash Arora adopted the domain name of Yahoo to offer services similar to those of Yahoo Inc. and had attempted to cash in on the goodwill generated by Yahoo Inc. because there was a very possibility of an internet user getting confused and deceived, believing that both the domain names Yahoo and Yahoo India belong to Yahoo Inc. Therefore, Yahoo Inc. argued that Akash is liable for passing off, as the two trademarks domain names Yahoo and Yahoo India were almost similar, and the latter offered services similar to those offered by the former, and as the latter passed them off as being offered by Yahoo Inc. The court held Akash Arora liable for passing off and restrained him from using deceptively similar domain name. Decision of the court in this case is based on the rationale that where the value of a name is solely a resemblance to the name or trademark of the another organization, the public is likely to be deceived by the use of such name, and such acts would amount to passing off. So please ensure that this type of case study is important, and you study understand this in a proper way. So this type of case study will help you to understand the subject better. I have revised this once again. Actually, these all questions and answers were discussed in the regular class. Once again it is done. Please go through all the material, and we will join once again on Saturday class, and also we'll have sessions on cyber security and blockchain technology in the open short term course. Thank you one and all.